What is going on, people? We're back here today on Showdown, my second video of the day, because the Crown Tundra is out now. So of course I'm gonna be posting. There's so many mons to cover, and let me tell you who we're covering today. Wow, spoiler, it's the mon that you saw earlier today, Genesect. I know, I'm crazy. How can you do two Genesect videos in the same day? Doesn't he have to let the first one's views cool off? No, it doesn't matter, people. Today we're going to be talking about Genesect and why I believe Genesect is going to be the first Pokemon banned. Yes, first Pokemon banned in OU. Now, I wasn't really sure at first when the Crown Tundra came out. It's only been about like a day of me kind of playing around with this stuff. I know the game's not officially out, but you know I'll be playing on Smogon and on Showdown. You know what I'm saying? The hack. So what I'm saying is, I do think Genesect is broken. I do think it's probably more broken than even Blaziken, which is crazy, because when I was first looking through all these mons and testing them out, I was like, I think Blaziken is going to be the most broken, and then maybe something like Pheromosa, and then I knew Genesect would be broken, but I didn't think Genesect would be as good as it was. Now, I know that sounds hilarious, right? Genesect, he's always so strong, but I figured I would show you guys some of the sets I've been using with Genesect, and just why I think he's so powerful, and why it'll probably be the first Pokemon to get banned in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But before I get into that, I do want to say, guys, you can check out the link below for the Brave browser. It is the fastest browser, completely private, completely safe, and ad-free. Not only that, but they'll pay you to use it with my referral code, brave.com/BLU441. Use it for 30 days. You get paid. I get paid. It's great. And again, like I said, it's ad-free. You know, we make money on our videos by ads, but you know, if you don't want ads, that's a perfectly good way to support me. So appreciate y'all. And let's talk about this Genesect. So if you saw from my vid earlier, there were so many different Genesect sets you could run. If you go through the DLC for Crown Tundra 2, you can also see that these are most of the mons that are in the A and B rank. Obviously, I'm going to ignore the top Ubers because most of those guys are banned. But if you look at all of the Pokemon here, most of them are not able to beat Genesect 1v1, which is very, frustrating. Zygarde will lose to Ice Beam. Tapu Lele will die to Iron Head, Flash Cannon. Choice Banded U-Turn one-hit KOs this, by the way. Landorus Eye is one of the few Pokemon that can actually outspeed and one-hit KO with Earth Power, but extreme speed. Genesect, you got a speed type with Flamethrower. Blaziken just dies to Choice Band extreme speed. Pheromosa dies to extreme speed. And then you have Heatran, which is about as good as it gets, people. It's about as good as it gets until you run into the Techno Blast variant. I actually have a team with Douse Drive, Techno Blast, Genesect, and that's actually a really good set. Rock Polish under the screens, it's really, really nice. So Genesect, as you guys all know, has access to download. And here's the set that I think really pushes this guy over the edge. That set being Choice Banded. Now, you can run Hasty Nature on this, but you actually, well, because this one's shiny, but because of the Nature Mint or whatever, you can actually change the natures now. And if you wanted, you could make this Adamant. Now, back in the day, you had to run Hasty Nature on the shiny Genesect with extreme speed because it was an event mon. But now you can actually afford to go with Adamant. So 339 attack times 2.25, right? Because you get the +1 attack and then you have a choice band. I believe that's around 762 attack points, which is already heinous. But now you can just do Adamant, and it goes to 372 attack. Which what's 372 times 2.25? I mean, it's definitely a lot more than 762. I'm guessing it's like 830 something. Let's see, 372 times 2.25. 837. Crazy. From 762 to 837. That's 75 attack points in difference. Like, a piece of shit like Mimikyu only has 279 attack, for example. Genesect has 837, bro. It has, I think 837 is exactly 3 times 279. If my math is right. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Either way, you can basically tell that Genesect, it doesn't need a setup. It doesn't need any Swords Dance or anything like that. It's so damn strong. It's crazy. And I honestly think that this set is the one that's going to take it over the edge. You can run Flamethrower. You can run Ice Beam. You can run all those special sets. I think Specs also has a viability. But I really don't understand why you wouldn't just be abusing the Choice Banded set for the most part. And I know the meta is new, right? So you can be like, oh, there's a lot of different tests, ways to test it out. But I really don't think many sets can hold a finger up to this one, because you really don't have to click anything besides Iron Head and U-Turn and Extreme Speed, right? Extreme Speed is one of the best anti-offense techs in the game. Like, look at this CB Genesect team right here. This team is also weak to opposing CB Genesect if the terrain's not up. The terrain actually helps versus E-Speed Genesect. If there was anything besides a Lele here, it would just be a 6-0 from Genesect, right? And even Shift Gear Genesect, if it can force out the switching, can set up and start doing damage too. Something I didn't mention is that Shift Gear is still able to, get the download boost, be Life Orb, hit with those hard-hitting bug buzzes. back in Gen 7, I loved the mix set, which was Iron Head, Ice Beam, Extreme Speed, and then, you know, you could run Bug Bust, Flash Cannon, like a Flamethrower, whatever the case is. I like mix. You hit on both sides really, really nicely. But I really don't like taking recoil anymore. You also can't tech HP Ground. The best way to really kill Heatran is to go for a Thunderbolt off +1 special attack. If you're Specs, I think you easily 2-hit KO Heatran as long as it's not Spadef. If it's Spadef, it'll be eating that up. But yeah. Other than that, I do think Bandit is the way I want to go with Genesect for the most part. Like I said, there's stuff like Heatran, but how hard is it to chip a Heatran with U-turn? They're not Flame Body, right? So you don't really got to worry about that. You can even run stuff like Douse Drive. Here's the set for specs, about what you'd expect: Bug Buzz, Flamethrower, Ice Beam, T-Bolt. However, I do think it's worth considering Flash Cannon, because being walled by, being walled by Clefable is really, really whack. But you can see if we ran up against a specs Genesect with this team, oh, it'd be hell. It'd be hell. It would only need to click Thunderbolt. It would literally only need to Thunderbolt versus our team, because I can't go Landorus. I mean, I can one time, but Heatran's max HP, max speed, T-Bolt frying him. If terrain goes up, oh, I'm stupid fried. And these two, dead, right? Like the coverage, and that's only if he's choiced, right? If he's Life Orb, oh my god. Or just like mixed T-Bolt, my Heatran is taking those hits over time. And, you know, Douse Drive, of course, would also be, you know, shitting on me. Douse Drive with just T-Bolt and Water Pulse, or whatever it's called, Techno Blast. It looks like Water Pulse. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, guys, is the way Genesect is geared is it can never be bad in a metagame, right? Because it just has access to some of the best attacks, period, right? Even physically. Blaze Kick, Iron Head, Extreme Speed, U-turn. Those are 4 amazing moves with different effects. First of all, Iron Head is the stab move, right? With the flinch chance. Blaze Kick is the steal coverage move. Every physical mon needs a way to hit bulky steel types like Corviknight and Ferrothorn. And it got Blaze Kick, which is, you know, pretty damn good for a physical fire move. You know, it's better than Flare Blitz. I mean, it misses, but I mean, it's better than Flare Blitz on a Pokemon like this, for example. Because even with weak moves like Iron Head and Blaze Kick being 80 and 85 base power, download boosts that. Extreme Speed, which is why I think this thing is broken. I don't think any Genesect should not have E-Speed. For the most part, I mean, I know Specs and Shift Gear don't run it, but man, I mean, Shift Gear Special, Shift Gear Physical runs it, but I really don't understand the point of not running just Extreme Speed. There's just so much to beat. Like, look at this guy's team. This is my team. Well, I didn't build this, but Shift Gear Genesect 6-0 is this team. You actually lead off with it versus Aerodactyl and you win. Or you lead off with it versus Tapu Bulu and you win. Or you lead off with it versus Tapu Fini and you win. Like, okay, and you can say, oh, this is an extra weak team to it. But I mean, just look at a lot of these teams. You're not running Heatran. I don't really understand what the counterplay is. What the hell is the counterplay to CB Genesect on this team? What switches into E-Speed? You go Magearna? No. It takes a lot. What are you saying? Like, it takes a lot. It's crazy. Like, Pelipper, even with max defense, if it's +1 Adam, and I told you that's 837 attack. Smoked. Stuff like Mandibuzz cleanly taken out by Iron Heads and stuff. So I really do think that Genesect, for the extreme speed factor alone, is just broken in the current meta, right? We go through the DLC, and you can see, like I said, most of these guys lose 1v1 besides Heatran, Lottie, all that stuff that has a fire move. Like, look at the things that are faster than I can OHKO, right? You got Lottie, Naganadel, and Coco, all things that in theory can just outspeed and KO. But they all died at extreme speed. The extreme speed is so fucking strong. Like, it's like we got Arceus E-Killer in here, bro. Let me show you something, right? So you got Arceus E-Killer here, right? So Arceus E-Killer here has 372 attack, the same as Genesect, right? So stab extreme speed is what? 1.5 times this, right? So that's what? 372 times 1.5. So let's give this thing +1. Arceus at +1 E-Speed is, I believe, the same strength as Genesect's E-Speed. Yeah, I believe that math checks out, because Arceus normal is a 1.5 boost and then having a +1 boost. So you're telling me a choice band Arceus E-Speed and a choice band Genesect's E-Speed are the same shit? That's why he's gotta go. You people need to understand this. Look, this is what the thumbnail should be. Seriously. This equals this. I literally just cracked the code. I feel like when Verlisify said Arceus was Silvally was Arceus, I feel like I just did something that, like, they're not supposed to reveal to you. Oh my god. Look at it. Look at it. And then you get the +1 download. So it is Arceus. Genesect is Arceus normal confirmed. But yes, that's crazy. Anyway, Genesect is obviously the most broken mon in the metagame. There's just not a lot to check it right now, guys. I mean, there's never anything to check it. I mean, there is to check it, but not to counter it. Heatran is good, but it's only so good. Genesect has options. All these Pokemon can only really switch in 1 or 2 times. And again, Genesect has options to just U-turn out right? Choice Band you can easily pair with a Magnezone, you know. Scarf is a set that I haven't even really been using, but Scarf's one of the best revenge killers, always has been. Genesect is also bulky enough to take the average hit. I will say its HP sucks, 71 is trash, but 95 is good. The only downfall of Genesect is its speed is pretty troll, 99 is shit. You'd rather have 100 or 101, like Garchomp and all them. But, yup, I don't see Genesect staying more than 3 or 4 days, because I'll tell you another thing that I see about this. This thing is far more threatening than a lot of the other guys that we think are going to get banned, right? So Pheromosa, for example, was a guy I was like, oh, Pheromosa is going to be so broken. No, it's not that broken. Like, maybe it's broken, but it's not as good as Genesect in my opinion. Why would I use this over Genesect? Genesect can, is not only stronger, right? This has beast boost, but it gets the speed boost. I don't need Mosa to be faster. 441 it's the fastest shit ever. Like, I don't need it to be faster at this point. Genesect circumvents all speed issues by using extreme speed. Mosa has to choose between killing Aegislash or Clefable or Toxapex, right? This set is walled by Clef. Genesect doesn't have to worry about any of that shit. All walls get blown away by Genesect. It doesn't have to worry about that, right? And so then you're in a position where your Pheromosa doesn't even have any defensive utility. It can't kill shit, and it's just Genesect is better. Like, why the hell would I use Pheromosa? Why the hell would I use this? Like, it doesn't even make, what does this speed do for me? Even you could think like, oh, but Pheromosa is better versus your team. Sure, it is pretty good versus my team, but Banded Genesect can do the same thing versus my team, right? So, like if I played a HO team and the dude and I had this team and I let off a Pheromosa versus Banded Genesect, what would I do turn 1? What do I do turn 1? If he E-speeds, I die, right? Even if he's not banded, I'm gonna die to E-speed, regardless of the boost. I can't go to my Landorus, that's gonna die. I can't go to Dragapult, right? I go to Magearna, what? That's the pivot on E-speed U-turn? It's not a good pivot, right? It's Assault Vest. Or what is this? This one's set up? I can't go to my... You know what I mean, though? The whole point is, Genesect, it's too overpowering. Much more, in my opinion, than stuff like Blaziken and Pheromosa. Even Blaziken has problems, right? It has to Flare Blitz to kill itself with recoil. None of these guys are on par with Genesect. Nothing is on par with Genesect. And that's why I think it's going to be the first mon to get banned by Smogon in Sword and Shield OU for this Crown Tundra. If I had an estimation, today's what? Thursday, first day. Bars. I think it's going to be banned by Sunday or Monday, if I had to guess. So that is my little video on Genesect, guys. You can see all these different sets: Scarf, Douse Drive, Life Orb, all different type of stuff. Like I said, Banded E-Speed's my favorite, so when this is on Showdown later, I recommend you use that set if you really want to see why this thing is broken. But get your games in with this, because there is no mon that is more fun than Genesect. It's true. So if y'all enjoyed, peace.